Hi everyone, it's Rachel here. I'm just going to do a quick video. Again, I have had a total meltdown since the 100-day project finished, in the sense that ideas are eluding me as what I want to do. I'm just, maybe I'm a bit overtired. I don't know what it is. Excuses. Anyway, I think it was Lisa mentioned to me a while back. I think I was still doing the 100-day project, that I hadn't done any Jessica paper. Now, that for my new subscribers, that would be Jessica Rapp from twosilveroranges. Don't even ask me when I saw the video. She had done a live video and she'd done this collaging sort of paper. It's not Franken paper. Franken paper is Nick the Booksmith's paper. That's when you're stitching your scraps together, and it's normally cardstock. Well, that's what I understood her Franken paper was. These are, Jessica just takes big pieces of paper and she collages her scraps on there, and then she cuts them up and makes things out of them. And so I just thought I might do that. I've got all of these bits and pieces left over from when I was making journals that I don't seem to be able to use up. And what I thought was, I'm just going to collage some of them. I've just sort of started. I'm keeping it fairly neutral because I just wanted to experiment. I haven't done this before. I wanted to maybe take, I've got lots of napkins and things, and I thought maybe I'll just take a really pretty napkin and stick it over the top and see what happens. What do you think about that? I don't know, it just felt like experimenting today. I've got my 5th batch of coffee paper drying. It's been out there since this morning. So yeah, I got it done early today. Normally I don't get the spraying done until the afternoon, but today I got it. Yesterday's had already dried, so I managed to dry it all. And so, well, I got down to my last layers and I was able to take them out and put them on the terrace drying. So I was able to start a new batch. And as the sun was coming around to one side of the apartment, and it's a good spot for drying, I thought, well, I don't like that. I thought, well, I'll get it done so I can get it drying already this morning. So down to my lower layers. And I think I need to go and get some more plastic doilies, some bigger pieces, because I saw Jarf had, I only bought 1/2 meter, but I saw that Jarf, I mean, I'm getting very good impressions on them, but I would like to do her peaks and valleys. Is that what you called them, Jarf? Peaks, mountains and valleys, or peaks and valleys? Maybe on some of the less exciting pieces, but I'm very happy with the less exciting pieces, because if they're all super exciting, I won't use them. I'll hoard them. And I don't think we can have super exciting pieces on every page. They can be nice pieces, but they don't have to be super exciting. Otherwise, we'll just hang on to them and never use them. So, yes, that's what I thought. I'm making as much as I can now in the summertime, because I might have mentioned it yesterday. My 2nd batch, we had a day of rain, and so there was no sun, and it took about 2 days, no, maybe even longer, to dry. And so I figure that in winter it'll be harder, it'll be more work to get it to dry. So I was thinking maybe I needed to get quite a bit done in the summertime. And then, I could even, no, I won't put that there, but I could put, even though this is similar to that, it's only a small bit. Maybe I'll put some book page. I might need a bit of book page, a bit more book page, that's what I need. So as you can see, I'm keeping it not too colourful in the background. I don't know how this is going to work. It's just, I was just sitting here thinking I'd like to do a video, but what will I do? Ideas. Now that I'm not forced to come up with ideas, I'm struggling. It's a struggle in Struggle City. Lulu said, watch some videos and get some inspiration. And I'm like, well, that will take me, I won't get the video done, because I might have to watch several videos and they might be an hour long each, and then I will never get anything done. There you go. That's nice. I like that. So let's move these out of the way, and let's get the napkins out because I do have many. Thank you, lady. I mean, a lot of them have been sent to me. I bought a few here, but see, I had a piece of that tissue paper that I love that I had kept from someone, and here it is in my thing. So there you go. So let's have a look in this yummy pile here, and see what, I mean, but that's big. Oh, something like this that has a big all over pattern. And then I don't know what's going to happen. So let me just go through a bit more. Here's another birdies. Oh, that's very pretty. That's pretty. Okay, let's have a look at these. I'll just pull their layers off. I've got my flamethrower, so I don't need that. Maybe this one. I've got sticky fingers. Just a second. Now I've got my good microphone on. Well, I say it's become the good one because it started to work again. I'm sure that crumpling is not fun. Okay, I'll put that on top of my sewing machine so I don't lose it. And let's see. I don't know what I'm mucking around for. I need to be making, well, I can make, this will become ephemera. I need to be making a whole lot of stuff for the new journals that I need to get cracking on. I haven't started those yet. So I think I'll do 2. I'll start working on 2 of them, of the journals. Maybe I'll do, someone asked me what do I do with this. I throw it out, really. I use it to mop up or something like that, but this doesn't really have much of an impression on it, so there's not really any point in holding on to it. So I'm wondering if I probably want the torn effect. I'll just grab my wet one and wet it a little bit. I could probably do a few different ones and then because it's going to be cut up anyway. Okay, oh, so pretty. Just taking off the wet bits. Okay. Probably can't see much behind it. I guess probably because I'm not really, I mean, that's good there, isn't it? It's very nice with that. Maybe I'll put it up higher. No, I'll put it down there. Because I'm not, I wonder, can someone tell me if you use the Mod Podge, do you use Mod Podge mixed with water or something? Does that make it transparent? Does that make it more transparent? Maybe. There's a question for you. So I know a lot of you think that, you know, I'm not an experienced paper crafter. I can tell you that. I'm new. One lovely lady in French enjoyed pointing that out to me. Deleted that one. Oh, the other thing, isn't that pretty? Oh, I like that. The other thing is some people, this is not a complaint at all, but some people leave me these comments that are symbols, you know, like letters, like CCCCC or bracket and something else. I'm a bit of a ding dong. I don't know what they mean. So yeah, if you leave me like, I mean, I understand LOL and those things, but some of the, like one lady left me a comment with a whole lot of C's. I don't know if that's something nice or mean. So if you, I would prefer if you wrote words, just so I understand what you're telling me, whether it be mean or not. I would prefer to understand what you're saying to me, because I don't know all the symbols. I live in Italy, and so I'm not up to date with symbols in, you know, English sort of symbols. I don't know. I'm not explaining myself, but you know what I mean. I'm not explaining myself very well. Oh, I like this. You see, this is another one of those improvised things that I like. Now, what my problem is now is, what am I going to do with it? What are they going to become? What is it? well, I guess I should finish it, or do what I consider finished, and then decide, ask myself the question, what is it? Might not be anything. I probably should get my little card out and I wouldn't get such sticky fingers. I really do like this, I must say. I would say that having these lovely offcuts of paper and these beautiful doilies does help it become lovely, if you know what I mean. I'm just thinking, I might just even, I don't think I'm going to add orange, although orange is not bad. What I'm thinking is, because they're going to be cut up, so I think I can put bits and pieces. Let's just have a look. Before you say no. No, I'm going to say no. I'm saying it. It's said. What else is on here? There's a birdie. Okay, is there anything here? Can I put that one down? Then I'm covering that little bird, so maybe I need to do another one for that one. So let's just put this one aside to dry a minute. I haven't done anything on the other side yet. But I'm thinking I probably will cut them up into tags, so I probably need to put something there as well. Now let me just see. I did say I was going to leave it, but I'm not. I lied. I told a lie. I told a porky pie, as my boss used to say. No telling porky pies. The one that got bitten by the spider. Gosh, he was highly entertaining, my boss. So I'm going to put this somewhere. I think I'll put it, oh, that's upside down. I'll put it there. And then when we cut it up, we'll see what happens. I guess I'll have to decide before then what I want to do on the other side. If I don't know. Oh, I guess the other side will be for writing if this is all decorated. Just having trouble. I've got a fold in it. There we go. Got it. Yeah, I just thought, let's have a different play with the napkins. So I'm going to grab another one. It's such a pretty thing, isn't it? It's a shame to cut it up. It really is a shame. Now let me see what I've got. Spots. Isn't that just beautiful watercolor? Might want to play with that one. That one I've already pulled. Why have I got two in there? I usually try to keep one of each in the bag, so that I'm, not going through a million different ones. I'm sure you can't even see what I'm talking about. I wonder what this one's going to be like. This one's kind of embossed. I guess that could be interesting to keep that, but I don't know what I would do with it. I'll just put it over there. Oh, that's so pretty. That can go on another one, although maybe a little bit could be nice there. Let me just wet it. Don't you love my wetting technique? Like, well, I know I could have a paintbrush with water or something like that. I guess I could have one of those. I do have one somewhere, one of those watercolor brushes that you put water into, but that would require me finding it, and that might be too much effort. It just might be too much effort. Now I know you're thinking they don't go together, however it's going to be cut. Oh, I know what else I wanted to do. I totally forgot. I could have done that. I wanted to participate in Tracy's rack. With the altered books. I must get onto that. I forgot about it. You see, that's what I could have been doing. Because, well, I do have some nice notebooks, but they're kind of pretty, like, well, they're not pretty, but I like the covers. I don't know. I'd have to think about what I want to do, whether I want to cover the covers up or not. Okay, so that I've put that there. Now don't freak out because I'm going to be cutting it. So don't worry. No freaking allowed. Oh dearie me. Need the wet one. Okay, good. Okay, well I think I'll leave that one and let's get another one done. I've done it on the straw paper because I like it on the straw paper. It's nice and strong. I've got another extra piece. I've got a few extra pieces here. I always keep a few, like when I cut them up, there's always a few extras lying around. So I'll start with this piece. Good way to use up these scraps too, I must say, even though they get covered up. Well, there's little bits of them peeping out saying hello. Right. Oh, I know what I'm going to put on the other side. Haha, because I can. I'm going to put coffee dyed paper. Lulu just laughed at me and said I'm obsessed. Well, it's Kathleen's fault. Kathleen's the one that sent me the coffee dyed paper. I liked her coffee dyed paper so much that I... Remember then we did it, Lulu? Do you remember doing it together? How tiring it was? Took us all afternoon. And then Jarf came up with her super fabulous method that's no effort at all. Well, only minimal effort for great results. And so I've gone bananas. Totally lost the plot. I mean, the people that, the neighbours that can peep over into our, onto our terrace probably think I'm nuts. What is she doing with that tub of mottledy brown bits of paper all layered on top of each other? And then I go out there every so often with great gusto and remove layers so the next layers can dry, and I'm all precious about them, and they're probably thinking I'm the biggest weirdo. Biggest weirdo. Oh, I spent pretty much all morning at the post office this morning, I've got to tell you, because I told you I had quite a few parcels. Like I went yesterday, and of course I did the line as you do, and of course I gets to my turn, and the computer is not connecting with the thing that prints out the stamp, and so I couldn't send my parcels. It was all broken everywhere. So I had to come back today to send my parcels. And so I had a few more to send. So I decided I better go in 2 lots, because my little post office here, they close at 1:45, and there's only one person, and there's a lot of people. A lot of people go to the little post office, and you can do so many things at the post office that you can pay your taxes, people get their pension, you can pay bills, you can have an account and all kinds of stuff. You can mail stuff, you can do everything at the post office. And so of course that means for a lot of traffic at the post office. Not just people sending, which I think was the original reason why post office open, was for sending. And so if you go there with too many parcels and you get a ding-a-ling there working behind the counter, then that makes for a lot of huffing and puffing from the people behind you. So I went twice today, and I walked in. There were only 2 people in front of me. Yes, 2 people. No, 3. One was at the window. However, behind the window, I say the window because the counter has the protective glass there. However, I was kind of excited. There weren't too many people in front of me. I think, were there? No, maybe there were only 2 in front of me. And so I was all happy about it. Well, the woman wasn't there. I could hear her talking, and I recognised it wasn't my usual lady who's really fast and whizzy. It was another one from the centre of town, and she is the biggest slow-mo you can imagine. And literally I must have stood there for 10 minutes, and the guy at the counter wasn't even being served. And he was just like looking at us like, I've been here forever and I'm not being served. She was talking on the telephone. I don't know if she was talking, I'm sure she was talking about official business. Of course she was. But it literally took 40 minutes to send my parcels. And this lady came in with one, she looked at my little bundle of parcels. It wasn't huge because I left the other half at home so that I would go twice so I wouldn't be selfish for other people. And she looked and she was like, oh, do you have a lot to do? Like this at me. And I was like, well, you can go in front. I've been here for a long time. You just walked in. But yes, go in front. Off you go. Because she was not going to be happy if she had to wait her turn. So I let her go. And then the woman was incredible. She was really slow. And so then I went home. And then finally... oh no, then was that the first time or the second? No, that was the first time. So that woman went first. And then she said she didn't have any money because people can get money out if you have an account there. And she didn't have any cash. So she decided, even though I'd been waiting there forever, she then decided that people who were paying had precedence. So she did this man before me. And then this other man who had arrived after me looked at me and said, oh, I'm paying as well. And I said, well, there you go ahead, off you go on. So I literally sat there and waited for everybody to go in front of me. It was just ridiculous. And I just had to really calm my farm because I was going to lose it. And I did actually say, contrary to what, there was this other nice lady that was sitting down with me, and she was chatting to me, and I said, contrary to what people believe, I do work like this. Like I don't have all day to sit at the post office. And then the lady next to me, I said to her, would you like to? She only had to do one thing. I was like, would you like to go before me as well? I'm sitting here now. I might as well just sit here a bit longer. It doesn't make any difference now. And she said, no, you go first. I don't know if she regretted that when I started sending, well, I didn't have that many parcels. So then by that stage, there was only her and another man, and I thought, and they were being served when I left, and I thought, well, I'll go back. I'll go and get my other parcels, and I'll go back straight away. And so I went back, and I was just so happy. There was nobody there. And so I thought, I'm just going to get served straight away. And she's really slow, this lady, at serving too. It's really moving at snail's pace when she's serving you. She's young. She's younger than me. But she's just slow. She's on Fiji time. Sorry, my brother-in-law is from Fiji, so don't worry, I love Fijians. But Fiji, when we say they're on, even my sister would have a laugh about that. She always said her husband's on Fiji time. Even her son's on Fiji time because he's half Fijian. That Fijians are just very relaxed and they're not in a hurry. So that's all that means. It's nothing rude or offensive or anything like that. So I was thinking, God, you're on Fiji time. And so I get there, and she put through 2 parcels, and then she said to me, and I did have one person behind me at this point, and she said to me, oh, I'll just get you to pay for these 2 because I have to do something with the computer. I'm like, you're kidding me. You're not even going to finish my transactions. You're going to do something with the computer. That's just rich, isn't it? So, yep, I paid for the 2. She didn't finish my transactions. I had to pay for those 2. She kept my parcels, and then she said to me, you probably should take a seat. Like, oh gosh, you're going to take a really long time. So I sat down, and then another person came in, and then another person came in, and then another person came in, and we sat there literally probably for 10 or 15 minutes while she faffed about. I don't know what she was doing. And then it looked like she was going to be ready, and then she disappeared down the back on the telephone again. So I don't know what was going on, but another 40 minutes. I was there another 40 minutes. And then my neighbour was in there as well, and I said she was just paying a bill, and so I let her go. But you say she's just paying a bill, but this woman that works there, thankfully she's hardly ever there, she even paying a bill takes her forever. So then I said, unfortunately, to the other people behind me, they were hoping they were going to get to go as well. I've let enough people go in front of me today. This is my second time at the post office. I literally spent the whole morning there. It was just ridiculous. Anyway, I'm just filling in time while I, glue bits of paper down. So as I said before, I've kept it fairly neutral. I'm wondering, do I need anything else? Do I need anything else? That is the million-dollar question that we like to ask. And, oh, wait just a second. There's a bit of script here. Let me have a look at it. Oh, well, that would be nice on there because that might show up under the napkins. So actually I've got that one up like that, and look what I've done. It's all bent. Oh, can you imagine if I'm not recording? That will really do it. That will be the nail. What do you call it? I can't remember the expression. That will be it. It'll all be over. If I'm not recording, it's all over. I'll have to have a week off to recover from all my bloopers. Okay. So yes, the trials and tribulations of going to the post office in Italy, it's quite an experience. Nothing is easy. I mean, it's a beautiful country, it is, but there are certain everyday things that are not that easy. And they can make you lose it sometimes. And I'm sorry if I offend any of my Italian viewers, but in general, I mean, there are very rude Australians, and I'm sure there's rude English people, or there are rude English people because I've experienced them, and there are rude, there's rude everybody's all over the world, of course there are, but in general, like I find, in general, not all, because I know some very, very considerate Italians, but the general population do tend to feel like they are the only ones on the earth, in the sense that if there's a crowd, like if you go to the Friday market in my town and you walk around and it's very crowded, you will find people in the middle of the sort of aisles, so to speak, in between the stalls where they sell stuff, and they will have a big group of people there, and they'll all be standing right across the middle and chatting. Like they don't sort of move to one side and chat. They will take up the whole space in the centre. So people with prams, or they might even have a pram, and they'll park the pram right across. So this is quite common. It's quite common behaviour, I must say, unfortunately. And if you go to the supermarket, it's the same thing. If you go to the supermarket, they are they'll be looking at stuff on the along the aisle sort of thing, and they'll park their trolley right in the middle. So you can't get past all the stuff in the middle and them, because in Italy quite often there's stuff in the middle of the aisle. And so, yep, you can't, there's no getting past. I mean, you have to bash them, you have to, and I stand there and I'm like, scusi, like this, and I'm quite timid in that, like I say it in a little voice, and my voice has to slowly get bigger and bigger because they can't hear me, and I'll be standing there all day. And so one time Lulu was little, I think, and I think I had to get home and I needed to do the shop. I think Steffi was home, and I needed to get home and prepare food for her because she was only little. Kids don't wait. They get grumpy, hangry when they're hungry. So anyway, there was quite a lot of people at the supermarket, and I'm standing there in the line with my trolley, and it was coming up to my turn, and you move your trolley up to where the conveyor belt thing is, and you park it, and I parked it, and I'm about to move around my trolley to go and unload it, and this man from the other aisle slams his trolley into me to block me and pushed in front. An old man. You'd think the old people would know better. The older people have better manners than the young people, but no. And I looked at him and I said in Italian, "You're very rude." And he said, "I'm in a hurry." And I said, well, I'm in a hurry too. And I couldn't believe the checkout chick, because she just looked at me and went, oh, like, you know, she was like, oh, poor you. And I was like, if that were me, I would have refused to serve him. I would have told him to go back in his own lane. I wouldn't have served him. But, you know, it was infuriating, and he couldn't have cared less. Besides the fact that he could have hurt me, because he rammed his trolley, rammed it. Luckily, I saw it, you know, I saw him coming. Isn't that beautiful? Now that it's glued down, I had my doubts, but I really like it. So this, you know, this kind of rudeness can happen, and I don't know if it happens in other parts of the world, but when you do a line here, it's one of those lines that's, they don't go one behind the other. It's just like they group all around each other, so you don't know who's for, you know, who's where in the line. They just sort of come and stand next to you. They don't go behind you. They come and stand all around you. So yes, it's quite, and if, oh, poor Lulu, I'm really on a thing, aren't I? Poor Lulu, when she goes to, if I send her, like, if I say to her, can you go and get something, like somewhere, they all ignore her. They all of the older people push in front of her, and the people behind the counter totally ignore her. And she takes forever, and I said, and when she comes back, I said, did you get ignored? And she said, yep, I did. I was totally ignored. They just all walked around me. The people at the counter saw me, but they ignored me. Like, it's just incredible. And she's a bit mousy like me. Like, she won't, I'm not pushy. Like, I won't push. And I really, and the other thing that I find, well, I find it mildly irritating, but it's kind of funny when you think about it. When you go to the post office, a person will come in. There'll be like 5 people in front of them, and they'll go to the person who's next in line, and they'll say, I'm in a hurry, can I go before you? And I'm like, well, hang on, what about the other 4 people that are also before you? You need to ask everybody. And those people just say, yeah, sure. Well, what about the other people that are coming in after you? You need to sort of, in my mind, you need to sort of check with everybody if it's okay if someone pushes in front. I don't know, or am I just weird? Anyway, I'm just filling in time, guys. I think I'll stop talking now. But, you know, I'm just saying that it's not like you live in another country, but it all sounds very romantic and stuff. But I will tell you, I cried for about 10 years. And I'm not exaggerating. I stopped crying. I've been here since 2003, living permanently. And I think I cried until about 2 years ago. I had 1 foot in Australia and 1 foot here. And if Stefano had said we go, I would have been out the door in a flash. So yes. So it's not all, you know, what people think. Imagine. I mean, there are good bits, of course there are, but there are good bits everywhere you live. Maybe I'd like to put that. I don't want to. Do I want to cover that? I kind of like that there. It kind of becomes a bit like, gets that fresco sort of look, doesn't it? I need to put something down there, I think. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cut these up. Will I be able to cut these up? Will I be able to cut these up? I wish I weren't so lazy and I got my little card. Well, this must be an exhilarating video for everybody, watching me glue down bits of napkin. I wonder if this piece, it's a very good way to use them, I think. Okay, let me see. Is that too much? I think I'm covering it up too much, but I need something there. Maybe just a little bit of this. Nope. Oh, I don't know what to put there. I think what's getting me there is it's too much red. And maybe I would like something like that a bit more. Nope. would help if I had torn it better too. Maybe I'll just put that there, but I might just pull that little piece off and that piece. Okay. Okay, let's see. Well, you just come off then. Don't do as you're told. Okay, well, I'm quite happy with that. So, where did I put my other piece? Why don't we... I mean, I could sit here and do more of these, but maybe we better get the video moving. I don't know if it's going to work in this one. Oh yes. Put my cord, sorry. It is going to work now. What will I do? See, I wouldn't be able to do this so easily with my other cutter. So I probably would cut it there and just line it up. Oh, I can line it up there. And it's going to cut there, so that's a nice size, isn't it? Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put my paper on the back. Well, I said I was going to. That would be a very nice flip out, I think. I'm going to put tea dyed paper, I think, coffee dyed paper. So I think I'll cut some more tags. Oh, it's so pretty. So it's really just a variation. These are all going to be tags or flip outs, and just a variation on what Jessica had already done for us. Just adding on keeping it plain, fairly plain at the back, and then how do you say it? Putting napkins over the top. So this one I think I'm going to cut into a tag. So what is my size? I don't even know. 8. So I need to do 4 inches. About 4 inches, about half. So these are going to become tags. I quite like this one as a flip. Or I might even fold that over like so. And it might be one of those and put papers. I don't know. So I'll leave that one long. I like this one long. I don't want to cut this one, I don't think. Yep, and I don't want to cut this one. So these are going to be flip outs. So we'll finish those off in a second. Where's my other? This one will be a little bit sticky, but let's have a look. Oh gosh, I love it. Right, so I'm thinking here, because I've got my big birdie, these are going to be more journaling cards. So maybe we'll do them like that. Looks about straight. And then I can do a few maybe one tag or flip out. And then these are going to be sort of journal. So this can be a big one and then a little one. See, that's going to be, I mean that can be like a flip up, and that's going to become some form of journaling card. We have to finish them off, and that would be quite a nice flip out, wouldn't it? Let me just, if I put it like this, I can kind of get an idea of whether that would be a nice tag though. A tag, they are becoming that's gorgeous. Tags, cut those. Now I need to do this one. Now I'd like to keep the bird, obviously, so that's going to go maybe a little bit bigger. Oh, I just love this. There we go. I keep forgetting to put my hand on the plastic. Okay, fabulous. I highly recommend investing in one of these. It wasn't very expensive, I don't think. I can't remember what I paid for it, but it's light, and you just pick it up, oops, and you drop it on the floor, and for this sort of thing, it's fabulous. So, got my little box here, and we just need to put something on there, I think. Not that. That's too big. Oh, that would have been nice, but it's too big. Quite like that. Have something swirly. I don't think I want anything too big. Probably something, oh, maybe I'll get my medieval mirage out. I think something like that would be nice. Oh, isn't that? This is from Far Mirage, but that's too big. I don't know where this one came from. Okay, no. So I've got some more over here. Oh, the other thing I had thought is you could do, before you put your napkin down, you could also do some stamping on the other side, like underneath. So you had the stamping. My issue is I really like that writing and I don't want to cover it. Can't find a home for her. That was Mrs. Cog. No, I need to get my folder. Oh, there's a label. I need to get my folders out. Let's have a look. Sorry guys. Just going to grab some and put them here. And what's in here? This one has lots of little things. Well, a few little things because I've used a lot of them. Quite like that. Oh, I like her. I think I'm going to put her, and I'm going to put some textile behind. Let me just grab my favourite here behind me. Now I may not get these all finished in the one video because when you do this paper, it's a really, actually I had forgotten about it. Thank you for reminding me, Lisa. It's just a great way to make a whole lot of things in one hit sort of thing, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's going to be it. And then it needs something else, but I'm not sure what. I'll just put that on the floor. The only thing is I like to stitch. I do like to stitch this on there, and I've got a big mess in front of my sewing machine here, so I don't know if I can get to it. Do it this way. I did cut it a bit small, but it'll be all right. I only want little bits poking out. Yes, that will go there. So let's see about moving things out of the way. I don't know if it's on screen. I'm just going to whiz around. Okay. Yes, that's nice and messy, and it's not covering up all of my writing, which I'm happy about because I didn't want to. And I tell you what I love on that napkin is those very sort of off-white and blue flowers. I think they're gorgeous. So I'm not covering up those either, so that makes me happy. And then, what else could we have? We need to have something, just something else, just something. It's calling out for something else. Something little, that's what I was thinking, something little. Those are little. I think at the bottom in here I had a little flower, but I don't think that's going to work somehow, that one that I'm thinking of. No, it's not a cut. Like, it might work if it had, I like that one, or that one, this one. How long have I been? 45 minutes. Oh, we still got, I can do another 10, 15 minutes. Oh, I'm crossing my legs on the cord. There we go. Okay. I've been trying to think all day, how could I get out of cooking dinner? Like, did I dare say to my hubby, let's go and eat pizza? If Lulu hears me, she's like, I want to have pizza. Okay, and then we'll do the paper on the back. Interesting. I do, now this doesn't need much, does it? It does not need much. You know what it needs? Could need. That's too big. I think it'd be very nice with a label. What do you think, Sherry? Nice with a label? Let me see what other labels. I'm very low on labels. Still haven't. I'm very, there are just things. Sometimes I don't feel like doing things. And I will literally put them off until I'm desperate. My dad is the same. And my dad is, he's had a, you know, very good career, and he's very well respected and all that sort of stuff. But I do see with him, there are some things, like at home, that he just doesn't feel like, oh, yep, that's it. He just doesn't feel like doing, and he'll put them off until the last minute. It's very funny. You'd expect him to be onto everything straight away. But he puts stuff off he doesn't like to. And I must say, in his office, he has piles of stuff everywhere too, just like me. So I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. There we go. Didn't have to do much to that one because the label is, I mean, not the label, the napkin is, and the pretty little medieval mirage papers peeking out behind. I love that. I did that on purpose because I love that. That's one of my favorite things, and I can see the script behind it. Absolutely love that. Okay, and I don't need to do much to this one either. It just needs a label. Okay, let me see here. And I'm liking the blue, I think. Maybe green. About green. These are small. Do we want a small one? I think it's that's really silly. That one's silly, Rachel. Get a grip. I like that one. This is one of my favorites. Actually, I don't have any of those left in the other colors. Okay. Oh, I'm starting to feel better. I'm glad I did a video. I like doing the video and having a little chin wag with you guys. One day I'm going to come to America, and everybody, well, not everybody, I'm just joking, but wouldn't it be nice to catch up? One day I'm going to come there, and probably Steffi and Lulu will come too, because they both want. I've been to the States, but you know, like I went there many moons ago. I was there in 1991, 1992, and had a good old time. I did, and so they would love to go. Interesting. Yeah, they'd love to go to the States. So I said to my husband would love to go because he's an architect, and of course he would love to see the architecture. I think he really wants to go to Chicago and New York and that sort of thing. And Lulu's just, I mean, she watches all American YouTubers, so so she's just, and she wants to go to, where is it you want to go to in America, Lulu? She wants to go to New York, but what shops do you want to go to? She wants to go to Urban Outfitters. Then what? Oh, didn't you want to go to Hobby Lobby? And Michael's? What's that? Oh, she wants to go to Glossier. I don't know what that is. Oh, I think I like the proper, that one. So yes, so we will get there one day. Don't know when, but one day. And I'd also like to go to Canada. Fascinated with Canada. I feel like Canadians are kind of like our cousins because, yeah, I do. I don't know why. I guess maybe I feel like a bit of a connection with the Canadians because my sister-in-law is Canadian. My brother met her in London when he was working. He was working in a bank, and she was the receptionist. She's quite a bit. She's about 8 years younger than him, and so she's moved to Australia, and so they go every so often to Canada to see her family and her sisters moved to Australia too. So her poor parents, they've got both their daughters living in Australia, and they're going to have to move there eventually because my sister-in-law's got the cutest little boy, my brother's son, really cute. He's called Edward, but she calls him Teddy, which, yeah. Oh God, did you hear that, guys? That is all day. It's all day. I'm hungry.
It's the second time I told you today. The first time was before lunch.
You're always hungry, Lulu. I don't know what to do with you.
Well,
I don't know what to do with you.
There's no food.
No, there isn't.
What am I going to do?
Be on a diet?
No.
Am I the worst mama ever?
You don't feed me.
I don't feed you. Oh gosh, don't say that. They'll put me in jail. Then you won't. Then I won't. Nobody will be feeding you.
In jail would be
You have to go and stay with your grandma, and she'll feed you vegetables.
Oh, you will know.
That's all you'll eat. Vegetables. So yes, I was saying that I'd love to go to Canada, and in my dreams I would love to coordinate it. Oh, I like that. I'd like to coordinate it when my brother's there with his wife visiting. I'm not saying that I would land on their doorstep and visit her family, because I know what it's like visiting family when you live far away. It's a very important time. So yeah, but I'd love to go when they're there and meet up with them somewhere and have Kristen show us around, show us her favourite things. That would be very nice. And I imagine it's very beautiful. So, and I can't remember exactly where she's from because she's got her family, like she's got family members on both coasts, on both sides. But I can't remember which side is where her origins are and which side is the side where some family members moved. But I know they visit both sides of Canada, which is quite a task because it's very big. It's bigger than Australia. I'm just flipping through here randomly, as you do. Oh, Lulu did some amazing fussy cutting. Want to do some fussy cutting for me, Lou?
No, I want to eat.
Oh, I just have to get used to it. It's just no all the time. How can you be hungry? I gave you a very nice lunch.
Yeah, but it wasn't very yummy.
It was filling. I made her an omelette, and she said it was very yummy. Lulu, I need your help. I can't decide. Oh, well. She can't function without food. Well, I'm doing a video. I can't go and do food now. We don't. Do we? You don't have any snacky things?
No.
You don't have any snacky things left?
No.
What am I doing? Maybe I'm just going to put a butterfly. I like the butterfly. Or maybe I didn't look at her. No. I think a butterfly. Because it's a very busy card. I'll just put a butterfly. Whoops. I'm putting glue all over everything. Yes, so I have to go to America. I have to go to Hobby Lobby and Michael's and what's the other one called? Tuesday, Wednesdays? No. What's the other shop called? The craft store, Lulu? Tuesdays?
Michael's.
There's Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and Tuesdays. Tuesday, Wednesdays? No, I can't remember what it's called, ladies. You tell me. You'll tell me in the comments below. What's that other shop called that you go to? And oh my goodness, I'd love to go to the thrift stores and the antique sort of market sort of things. I would love that. I know you guys would die to come to the Italian ones, but I want to go to the American ones. We all want what we don't have. Okay, I'm looking for... I'm very slow, not getting anywhere very fast. Oh, I'm getting into trouble. I've got to go and invent something for the daughter to eat because she might expire. You know if you ignore your hunger it passes. I didn't mind that. I wish it was a bit bigger. I don't have any of those ones left in the blues. I need to print them. Don't mind that one. Oh, the daughter might expire. What will we do? What will we do? Oh, that's it. I like that. Oh, I used them all. Why am I trying to peel that off? That's not even sticky paper. Could be here all day. Could be here all day. Oops. So, guys, I might switch off. Maybe I'll do a part 2. You'll get 2 videos today. I mean, seriously, how cool is that? It's gone dark too. It was meant to be sunny today. I think there's going to be a little teeny tiny bit of rain, which wasn't predicted. It's very hot outside though. Don't be tricked. It's very hot and humid. What are you doing? No, don't. Don't eat that stuff. Don't you eat one of those.
What? I was looking to see if we had any bread, but yeah.
I'm about to put my video off. Can you calm your farm? And I'll be there in a minute.
Bread, so I was going to leave it for you for.
No, I've got a whole bag of bread.
Okay.
You can have the bread. There you go. You found a solution. Right. So what have I done? I've done this one, but I have to do the other side. I've got that one, and that one. So I'll sign off, and if I can, I did not glue that down very well. It is glued down very well. It's just that little corner there. You see, I just tried to pull that off and it did not come off. So I've just glued that down a bit better. So I might come back and... there's a lot here. If you can see in my mess, there's actually a lot here to work with. Don't have to do too much to these. They're pretty as they are. But I might come back and do another short video and just finish them off a little bit. I won't do the stitching probably, but I do like them. This is a fun project, guys. Give it a whirl. If you've got the straw paper is very nice peeking out the back. If you don't, book page is fine. Get a grungy book page or tea-dyed paper, tea-dyed cardstock. What about tea-dyed or coffee-dyed? What about, let's call it Jarf-dyed. Jarf-dyed cardstock. Could be good. So yes, there we go. Okay, I'm going to sign off and I might be back. Bye.